In this series of videos, readying yourself to speak outside of the Toastmasters environment, I've spoken a little about the difference between speaking outside and speaking within Toastmasters, length of speeches, how to market yourself, etc. in a very brief way. In this one, I'd like to talk about how important it is, once you start speaking outside of Toastmasters, to keep a good record of who you spoke to, what audience you spoke to, when, the contact name, telephone number, email address, etc. The contact of the person at that organisation you spoke to. Because down the track sometime, you might well be asked to speak to that organisation again. This has happened to me many times. One organisation I spoke to over a period of about 15 or 16 years, I spoke to them 15 times. Every year they would invite me back. Now, obviously, that organisation didn't want to hear the same presentation again. Not immediately, anyway. I had so much material that I could present them perhaps 10 years in a row without repeating myself, but then had to go back to the very first presentation again. By that time, many of the members had moved on, new ones had come in. So I wasn't going to bore them with the same old speech. This is why it's important to keep good records. Which organisation you spoke to, when, and all the contact details, etc. I've done that. I've kept my books going way back, right from 1982, right through until now. So I can look up any details. And the point of keeping good records is this, that you can make little notes about the venue, whether the venue was suitable, whether the microphone was good, what the audience was like, how the audience was seated, theatre style or round tables. Any little thing like that which will be handy that you can look up in your records if you are called to speak at that organisation again. I think I've only noted, of all the hundreds I've done, I think I've done 914 presentations as the guest speaker outside of Toastmasters. Only one or two have I ever written, I won't go back again. Only one or two. Most of them are really good. When you're outside of Toastmasters, they don't evaluate you like they do in Toastmasters. They either like you or they don't like you. If they like you, it becomes obvious. At the end of your presentation, people will come up and start asking you questions. Can you come back? Do you have other presentations you could give? Etc., etc. This is what will happen 99 times out of 100. If you're reasonably good, they will want you back. Sometimes they forget because their committee, the speaker seeker might change and they lose the records. This is just a human failing. But a lot of the times you will be invited back. So keep good, thorough records. Good, thorough records, easily available so that when someone phones, you can just pick up a book or turn on your computer and see whether or not they've contacted you before and look up all about them. I hope that this little video has helped you in some way in your intention to go outside Toastmasters.